What is more important, height or face? I believe that it heavily depends on the situation. For example, a person who has a good face will outperform the person who has the height on social media. But if he goes outside to a club or anywhere where there are other men around, he will be outshined because he doesn't have height. That is what brings me to my conclusion that height is a multiplier actually. If a person who has a very good face but he has a height of 5 foot 5, his SMV will drop to 4 or 5. As you get older, height matters more and more because if if you're a teenager, face is everything. Like if you don't have height, it's fine. If you're 5'7", if you're 5'6", it's fine. As long as you have like a really good face, you will still get girls. But if you're 6'1", if you're 6 foot and you're chopped, it's game over for you. Like there's nothing you can do practically. But if you're 35 and you're 6 foot and you don't have a good face, you're chopped, guess what? You have a very good chance of pulling. Because as you get older and older, face naturally deteriorates, and I believe as you get older, height carries more and more weight. So to answer the question, what is more important, face or height? I would say to conclude that face is more important early on in life, and later on height is way more important. That is for males. For females, of course, for females height is not even a thing. Like whatever your height is, as long as you're not above 5'6", it is fine. Face is everything, A to Z. There's no complication of height. But if you're a guy, unfortunately, height does matter. Height can fuck you up real bad. If you have a good face, but you don't have height, I would highly recommend that you go onto social media or go onto Snapchat ads or TikTok or Instagram, anywhere where height isn't seen that much, and post yourself there. And when you post yourself, you'll naturally get some fame if you upload good, and you'll gain status, and that status is gonna compensate for the height. But if you're a tall guy, go out in clubs, go out where there are a lot of men around you, so that you can visually seem higher than them, and that will bump up your SMV for a short time. Because if you're in your club, if for example, if you're in a club and you're like 6'3", and the guy next to you is like 5'9", you are so much taller than him and you carry so much more weight. So if you have height, I would recommend that you go outside, go in a social setting where there are other men around you. That is a cheat code, because if you're tall, you naturally get more respect from other men, and if you get more respect, you will naturally have a higher SMV. By the way, SMV stands for sexual market value. And yeah, and obviously as you get older, your face will matter less and less, and when you're 30 you'll be slaying, but in your teens you will not, unfortunately. And also my other opinion on height is that height is just a multiplier. If your base is like 2 out of 10, no matter how tall you are, you're not gonna pull. Like if your face is genuinely deformed, hope it's not, I feel bad for you if it is, but if it is genuinely deformed, like you're the worst looking person out of the whole classroom or two classrooms, then no matter how tall you get, it doesn't even matter, because you'll never pull, because height is a multiplier again. But zero multiplied by anything is zero. Like you get the point. 5'9" would outperform 5'2" person. That is common sense. But no matter how good looking the 5'2" person is, he's still not gonna pull. By pull I mean long term relationships, not like in and out type shit. Because if and also that brings me to my third point, that in short term dating, I would say the body matters much more, the face matters much less. If you go on one night stands, the girls usually don't really care about the face that much, they care about the body, how tall the guy is, how jacked the guy is. Same for guys, if there's a one night stand, the girl's face isn't really that big of a deal. Like if she's pretty, yeah, extra points, but if she's not pretty, her body is. Who gives a fuck, bro? It's just one night stand. And for a long-lasting relationships, I think face matters much more for girls, very obviously, but for guys, both of them almost equally matter. And I have concluded that. And I've concluded that early on in life, face matters much more than height, and later on in life, height matters much more than face. And yeah, subscribe.